want to?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to end this evening by inviting up an amazing, special friend of ours who's unique, who is amazing, who you're all going to enjoy listening to. And we want to ask him a few questions, and we want to open it up for everyone else as well. He's a quadruple threat. He's an actor, a singer, a dancer, a choreographer, and just a phenomenal human being.
He is a 7-time world and national ballroom champion and the first American to ever win the Blackpool World Championships. He is a 3-time Emmy Award nominee, and his fluid dancing technique has often been compared to Fred Astaire.
He's the only 3-time champion in franchise history of the hit ABC series and show Dancing with the Stars. I think you all know who this is.
I just want to say there's a major motion picture musical that's out there that's going to find this guy, and I will push my way to the front of the line to work with you, my man. Please say hello to Derek Hough.
Yay!
Do we have a microphone, Liz? Great, let's give it to Derek. Are you mic'd by any chance? Oh, good. Okay, we're good. We're good, Liz.
All right.
Paula?
Yes.
Let's do it out here, yeah.
Testing.
Hey.
Hello.
Woo! I have so many things that I want to
And we're
do
so
with you.
grateful.
That sounds terrible.
We're grateful. We're so grateful to have you,
My
Derek.
pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it's amazing. Just
Ladies
watching
first.
you. Thank you. Oof. When you get a feeling that you're witnessing something extremely important, it's awesome to feel that way. And it's awesome that everyone who watches you week after week feels inspired by the execution of your brilliant talent and the amazing skills of your choreography as well.
Thank you.
It's amazing, and we are really grateful. We were so excited for you to come here.
It's my complete and absolute honor to be here. Again, I'm all like, wait, what am I doing up here again with these amazing people?
We want to know, how did you transition from being a dancer to a choreographer?
Being from a dancer to a choreographer, I think I'm a control freak. I think that's what happened. I think I was like, wait, I want to do that. To be honest with you, the inspiration, you know, like the Fred Astaire's and the Gene Kellys that did it all, you know, that inspired me. They choreographed, they also did their dancing, they directed, they did it all, and I was inspired by that, you know, and like you were saying, working with the orchestra, working with the music, I think, so for me to be just a dancer wasn't enough. I enjoyed creating. I think that's why most people do what they do when they write songs or they choreograph. You know, you're telling a story, and to be able to you know, tell a story with movement and a routine, and to see that your baby sort of walk there's nothing else like that in the world. And when you have that first moment when you've created something and you see it, then you're hooked, and you don't ever want to lose that. So
I just want to say one thing. When you don't have a partner like Sean Johnson, and you have a partner like, well, we don't have to go there.
Sure.
But how do you have to stay how do you stay inspired? Because
sure.
You know.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm also a therapist. To be honest with you, it has actually taught me. That show has taught me so much, because we're not always dealt the best hand, and we have to make it work on live television week after week, and it's incredibly terrifying.
Who's your therapist then?
Oh, some of my partners have been my therapist,
Okay.
but for the most part, I'm self-sustained. But yeah, that's a big lie.
The reason why I wanted you here tonight, and I felt that it was absolutely necessary to have you here tonight, is that we opened with Fred Astaire and Barry Chase.
Yes.
And for years, I've had people walk up to me and ask me this question: are we not seeing the kind of musicals from that we remember from the days with Gene and Fred, because the talent doesn't exist anymore? And all I have to say is no, it's the imagination in the industry that doesn't figure out that it's standing right in front of you. How do you come up with choreography conceptual ideas with all the competition that is out there, all the things that are, you know, in competition with the different shows? Yeah. How do you keep it fresh? How do you keep coming up with new ideas?
Well, you know, somebody asked me who my inspirations are, and to be honest with you, they're all the people that are around me. You know, like even I worked with Napoleon Tabitha, huge inspirations of mine, just friends of mine, muses who are dancers, Alison Holker, who's a big muse of mine, and I feel like, and also just to answer the question about the time issue, I actually, especially being on the show, the time constraint is something that's really taught me something. I think sometimes when you have too much time, you question yourself. Mm-hmm. And I feel like when you have little time, you just do it. There's no thinking, you just do. And that's sort of the best flow as to when you become the most creative, is when you just go. And for me to be competitive on the show, and especially if you're dancing with somebody fantastic, is just to play out their strengths. And, you know, I don't know, yeah. What was the question again? I'm sorry, I'm lost.
No.
Where's my therapist?
No. Just that every week, I mean, you're constantly coming up with these like innovative ideas. I mean, really, you are.
Right.
And there's innovation all around you. You know, from network to network. It's just like, how do you keep it fresh? How do you find those new ideas?
Well, actually, it's the type of dancing, because obviously I'm known for a ballroom Latin dancer. You know, being sort of this like white kid, American, living in London, being the Latin guy was kind of a strange role to take on. But to be around, you know, I wasn't training contemporary, but I'm doing a contemporary piece next week. You know, I wasn't training tap. I did a tap film last year and learned how to tap. And I think constantly just growing and constantly educating yourself and never being complacent and being safe in what you're good at. Because the truth is that you don't know what you're good at until you do it. And I constantly want to keep challenging myself and pushing myself. And when the show is finished and I have more time to do other things, you know, I'm very excited to show the other avenues. So
as the choreographer and the dancer, what is your relationship with the director?
Well, for me, the direction, I've actually just completely taken it into my own hands now. And even with the orchestra as well, like you said before, I will literally go in with a camera and I'll shoot it, and then this is what we need, and I'll give him that video. That way, I'm being very clear and very respectful at the same time. But it's very important. And like what Napoleon Tabitha were talking about, you know, you get to frame the shots. And for me, that's what's so exciting. That is choreography. You know, a director is a choreographer. He's choreographing camera movements. He's choreographing the cutaways and how we got to move the Steadicam out of the shot before we can cut to this camera. You know, and when you learn that, I think it's really important for anything that you do to know everybody's job, to know the lighting's job, to know the director's job, to know the sound guy's job. You know, it's not good. You need to learn everybody's jobs in order to make everything work smoothly, and then that's when you get the best product. And
for everyone's ego to be, you know, let go of it, because I think that choreographers and directors oftentimes clash because it's the fighting of who's going to have the say. And the most beautiful relationship, the most beautiful partnership is the choreographer and the director, that they are on the same page and there's no ego there.
Absolutely. Definitely. You have to be definitely selfless. Absolutely.
Yeah. Where are you taking all of this next, Derek?
Oh, Lord.
No.
Where are we? Just kidding, no. I mean, obviously, I've finished up this season. And when I have time, you know, I definitely want to go into, you know, go back to Broadway. You know, I did a lot of theater back in London and get on the live stage. And there are some other projects, some live shows working on at the moment, so. You
know, Top Hat is now a stage musical in London.
Okay.
They want to bring it to Broadway.
Ah.
Yeah.
Good day.
I will say, working with him last year on this film and watching you act, my man, was a pleasure. You are a talent. Mm-hmm. You guys, you haven't seen him act, but he is ridiculously talented.
I know that firsthand too.
Yep.
Barry, come join us. Everybody, come on up here. Paula, you want to begin the good nights?
Yeah, I mean, this has just been an honor and a pleasure to have all of you amazing, talented people. Barry, thank you so much.
I'd love to hear you talk.
We owe you a debt of gratitude as well as Robin and Patricia, both. Debt of gratitude for all of you being here and continuing the wonderful journey that you're on, and being bold and being daring and not afraid to just say what it is you want to do and do it. It inspires everyone out here. And thank you all so much. Thank you, Kenny.
I want to thank Barry Chase. I want to thank Barry Chase, Napoleon, Tabitha, Marguerite, Derek, who couldn't be here tonight but is with us in spirit, Keith Young, Fred, Derek, Liz, thank you for joining us. The dancer and the choreographer have never meant more, thanks to people like you, Nigel, and they have never been celebrated more. And never have impacted the entertainment industry more. There have never been more choreographers or dancers working at the same time in the industry.
It's our golden era right now. It's awesome. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Academy. Thank you to our producers, John and Julie and Lee. And lastly, I just want to say to all you young dancers out there, and aspiring choreographers, come to know your history, learn from it, and continue to raise the bar. Thank you all, and good night.
Good night. Yay.
Barry.
Let's do it. Come on.
So much. Listen, thank you so much for continued success.
Thank you so much.
Derek.